Listen, guys, we're gonna hit up something else here. I want to let you now go ahead and pack up your mighties or your crafties if you got those instead, because we're gonna do a bowl here pretty soon on that. If you don't have that, you got a hybrid, you could pack that up. If you don't have that, just pack up your vape. But anyhow, we got a video we want to show you. You guys may have heard the news about Elias Theodorou. On Sunday, he passed at 34. He was a friend of the show, a friend of ours, and really was doing a lot for the cause of fighting the stigma. And we were shocked to hear that he passed on Sunday. So anyhow, you've met him through some of our interviews and stuff. We got a little video for you here, and then when we come back, we'll vape some bowls for Elias.
Yeah, we laugh it off, that don't really bother me. Look, we ain't serious unless we really gotta be. You know his attitude, like he's in a hall. Jim Carrey, Mike Myers, how we claim it all. Six right there, on the sector. The joke, we're gonna run into laughter. Keep it high, keep it visual. We'll say Canada, get stereotypical. We finish every sentence.
Baker's just literally going to look for straight line punches, right? And Elias is going to...
Oh, there's a strong right hand from Elias.
Oh, he's got
Elias
him hurt.
it down. He's got him hurt right away. Elias is pouncing for the kill.
He's throwing hard shots right away. That's kind of what you're talking about.
Punch before.
Ever changing.
Yeah, ever changing. That's right. But this is smart. You know, that advantage that is always an... Yeah, that's
Good
under the
level
hook. Yeah,
change.
real nice.
He's
He
gonna
gets him up. Yeah. And then you pass the half guard, and now you're going to, now.
Look Von
Big
Flew.
look at the clock and deep breath from Elias.
Yeah. Yep. Smart. He's smart. You know, right down to the wire, exhausted. Both guys burnt.
Their A game. Everybody showed up prepared. You know, that shows their respect for the sport, and for their teams, and we appreciate that as commentators. You know, we look forward to these, and getting to call awesome fights is definitely a bonus.
I'm ready.
Normally with our interviews and stuff, we kind of just treat it more like a casual conversation. So encourage you
I'm
to
always ready.
yeah. Pack your mighty, ask us questions and take control of the conversation, whatever. Like
See where it goes. But you know, it's all green, it's all lean, it's all clean. I went to the local watering hole and picked a fight with someone that who was wasn't as, let's say, thirsty as I was that evening at a local bar, who picked a fight with one of my friends. I decided to jump in kind of take it on for him. And first thing I'm just obliterated.
Okay.
The first move I do is a Superman punch. A Superman punch.
A drunk
Superman
punch.
Off the curb. I slip and I fall. He kicks me in the face. I get up, like, again, I'm obliterated. Rip off my shirt like the Incredible Hulk. Rip out my shirt like the Incredible Hulk. He at this point, he wants nothing to do with me. He gets into cab. I start chasing. Yeah, just shirtless. This long. I've had the same hair, like my whole.
You Superman punch him. You try. You fall on your face. Then you rip your shirt off.
I get up, mortified. I confide in my dad, and I'm like, Dad, this is what happened. What do I do? And he goes, well, you love that UFC stuff so much. Why don't you go to the gym and make sure it never happens again? And I did. You know, if I saw that guy today, I'd probably buy him lunch or dinner. I try to be as in the moment as possible.
2 days ago, I built this and I've been hitting it ever since.
Oh my God.
And this is the way to go, bro. It's the double mighty.
Oh my God.
It's fucking killer, man. We got to get you on. This is great.
It's double the therapy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Double. A lot of the glassware that I grab, it tends to be, or even pipes too. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, oh, this is neat. I want this, and I'll just take it. Well, I'll buy it.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just gonna take this. Then you see me on the Amazing Race Canada.
Don't let him in your
Rip off
store.
my shirt. And just rip off my shirt. They'll never recognize me now.
Stick to
They got me
temperatures, man.
thinking Miller Feats and
Miller Feats.
It wasn't until I got to see my coach and basically see him as a patient, as an athlete, and actually as a mentor, explaining the properties of cannabis and how it helps with him, and then eventually with me and my condition of bilateral neuropathy, which is essentially nerve damage of my upper extremities, and using cannabis as a medicine that is better than the first-line medicines that I was forced to take in the process of getting my therapeutic use exemption, which allows cannabis to be recognized as not only a medicine, my medicine. So I received my therapeutic use exemption in BC, and I'm actually really excited. I'm kind of letting the cat out of the bag, but I'm really excited to say that I just received my first therapeutic use exemption in the US, and I will be explaining that and announcing that in the near future.
Dope,
because
man.
I will be fighting in the US soon, and for more history. And I found a way to basically skirt around the federal ban and make history so that now athletes in the US can build off of my precedent and then start pollinating the rest of the jurisdictions and the rest of the country their own way. So made history in Canada, made history in the US, and soon the world. I want to be the great Canadian export.
Yeah. Oh my, yes, that is gold, baby, gold. Yeah, okay. Yeah, now we got it. Yeah. Oh.
I've done it where like I faced off in the middle and I'd be like, boop, and I just boop them right in the nose, and they got so mad. Or like we're like this, and
I like that. Nah.
there are so many different warriors of the world that I would love to fight like Alexander the Great, like just going hand-to-hand combat with him, or like, any of the Spartans back in the day, like to really stack myself up to like an actual Spartan warrior and actually take on my actual bloodline. Like obviously it's a little complicated in that capacity, but more in the sense to see if I could still stack up, obviously being a modern day gladiator. I'm the happiest. I'd probably say in the gym, sweating, putting work in with training partners, coaches. I love what I do. Fighting is an interesting sport. It's an interesting career. It's my passion. Obviously, there's no bigger, like, cathartic almost feeling of winning in front of like the biggest crowd I fought in front of was about 29,000 people in Texas. So there's no bigger feeling than, that relief of all that hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears that kind of go into the fight. There are a lot of nerves that go with it, but the happiest would definitely be those blood, sweat, and tears that kind of go in on the mats before all the fans and the people, the more people watching at home, and any of the admiration. It's kind of like the hard work, and that's where the fun is. Where like you're coming together with your team, even though it's an individual sport. It takes an army to kind of get ready for war. I kind of gave myself to 25 to get into the UFC and kind of be able to make a career out of fighting. And I was able to, go undefeated to about, I think I was 9-0 into the Ultimate Fighter. And I became the first Canadian to win the Ultimate Fighter and in the UFC before my 25th birthday. I think now having my second victory in the fight for medical equality, I think the long arc of history is bending in the right direction, and I'm honored and humbled to play my part of it. This isn't just for me; it's for all athletes, and more importantly, the plant to be recognized as for what it is: medicine.
Or what is your legacy, or what did you want it to be?
Kind of being recognized as someone that fought for the cannabis side of history, which is the right side of history.
Peace.
All right. Until next time.
Until next time. Have a great one, guys.
You too, man. Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks for putting that together, Amanda.
What a tragic
Bulls
loss.
for Elias.
Yeah, Bulls for Elias. You got the doubles going. Nice. I couldn't find a second water pipe adapter to do duels, but I remember it was really nice vaping bowls in the Mighty with Elias. He loved his Mighty. The Mighty was his favorite vape as well. And this one's for Elias. He was a fighter, man. Not just literally, but for the green, for the good cause.
Amen. Man, it was he was something, man. I was surprised, Troy, when the news came out. It hit me harder than I thought I would. I started to remember all the things that we'd done. We'd done interviews with the guy, worked on some promotions with him. He was always willing to do anything with us anytime we wanted. I mean, I've heard people say he'd give the shirt off his back to anybody, and he was willing to help us anytime, man. I really appreciated him. And then just to see that he was he didn't tell anybody about this, only a few people. And I know that he was spending his last months fighting for cannabis to be more accessible and less stigmatized, even long after he was gone, man. I don't know, man. I'm called higher, man. I really am.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I adore the way that he lived his life so courageously from the start at such a young age. Like I didn't grow half the nuts that he had until I was like fucking 35,
Right.
And he was out there like, I think I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna be a fucking professional fighter, at the age of 20 or whatever. Like, holy shit, he's got some balls. And so many initiatives, so much follow through, so much passion, so many good characteristics to have.
He was doing so much too. He was doing some stunt double, body double stuff like in movies, So for guys like that dude who played Aquaman, he would do some stunt work for whenever he was in some of that stuff. So he was doing all kinds of crazy shit. Man, he was really doing it right, man. He really was. I can't believe he's gone already. So, I encourage everyone to mourn as they need to. And then I know that he would want us to fucking have a bowl and have a good time in his name. You know what I mean? So right the fuck on. I'm gonna finish this one off.
Yeah. When my mom died 3 years ago, and 3 days ago, 3 years and 3 days now.
Wow.
I started looking at death and life a little differently. Just like I like, instead of being sad, like I use that pain as, you know, like an inspiration. Like with Elias, he was so young, so healthy. On the surface, you never know how much time you have left. You never know when someone's gonna take you out. You never know when the piano's gonna fall from the fucking sky and land on your head. Like I grew up without seeing my mom walk. Like my mom never walked. So when she passed, I can use that mourn, that pain to be like, I'm so lucky. I'm so grateful that I can at least walk and do all these things with my body that my fucking mother never had a chance to do after I was born, you know, for the last whatever part of my life. So I can use that as a turnkey for instant and infinite gratefulness of the opportunity that I have right now. And then seeing things like Elias just ignites more on that, like the exact same thing. Like, holy shit, you never know. You never know when you're gonna go. Everybody's gonna fucking die. We're all dying, literally, every day. We're all decaying. We're gonna fade away. It's inevitable. Use the time you have. Jerry, I love you. Tell people around you, if you love them, fuck. Because the regret of not telling people things, and not having the chance to anymore, that one sucks.
Yeah, man, Troy, I appreciate you sharing that, brother. Thanks, man. Yeah, you know, you never know when it's coming, but it's definitely coming. So don't try not. It's weird how we fear it, you know, but it's irrational too, because it's the one thing that's all going to happen. But at the end of the day, it's just a transition. So
yeah,
right on. Well, I definitely can do a whole lot more, man. Elias is definitely calling me higher. I appreciate him, man. I appreciate him a lot. Great fucking guy, dude.
What's up, Troy? Happy Friday, Jerry. Good to see you, man. Whew, good to see you too, man. Good to see you too.